Hello!
Hey!
Welcome to the party, come on in!
Hey!
I want to introduce you to two of the finest minds in the world! But for now, let's meet Jen Psaki and Dr. Fauci! It's me, Kermit the Frog!
Thank you very much, Jeff.
Jeff?
Thank you so much for that really very kind introduction. It's really a great pleasure to be with you.
I don't have a clue what she just said.
Me either!
I have no idea what she's talking about.
This is the spike protein.
I really appreciate this pep talk and all, but
This is the protein of coronavirus. This has to be in the right shape and conformation. You're going to hear about that from one of our scientists. You had this injected in your arm. It then started to make this protein, which is the spike protein. If it's in the wrong conformation, your body's going to make a very poor immune response.
rotten monster! You make me so mad I don't believe it! You are without a doubt one of the nastiest monsters I've ever seen! And I'm so mad I'm gonna tell all my friends how rotten you are!
If you are trying to, get at me
No, that you
as a
heard.
public health official and a scientist, you're really attacking not only Dr. Anthony Fauci, you're attacking science. Science and the truth are being attacked.
Nobody's gonna ever play with you anymore, nobody's gonna even talk to you anymore! That's how mad I am!
He's too old for you, Joe.
Come on, man.
Let's go get ice cream. What flavor you want?
Go, you know the thing.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and as we wrap up 2022 into 2023, the Faucists, the Branch Covidians, have been melting down ever since yesterday, in which Twitter enlisted a very simple, a very, non-controversial policy of allowing people to openly discuss things. Now, to you or I, that seems pretty normal. But for people that have been following the science and trust the science, and you have, of course, their weirdo leader, who is the science, they just have been melting down ever since. They just can't handle anyone perhaps poking a little hole in their weirdo bubbles. And the reaction to this has been somewhat predictable, but also pretty interesting and pretty fun to watch. So you have Twitter users applaud and fume as Musk declares Twitter will follow the science and promote questioning. I mean, it's literally the scientific method. Current Twitter CEO declared Wednesday that Twitter will promote reasoned skepticism of scientific data. New Twitter policies to follow the science, which necessarily includes reasoned questioning of the science. Musk wrote, many Twitter users rallied and suggested that the policy promoted actual pursuit of scientific truth. Evolutionary behavioral scientist Gad Saad appeared to joke about the dogmatic way scientific experts were treated amid the coof. The science is everything His Lord Eminence, Lord Fauci, says it is, Saad quipped. His Excellency is, in fact, science. Musk responded by observing anyone who said that questioning them is questioning science itself cannot be regarded as a scientist. Judicial Watch President Tom Fitton tweeted, bad news for trans people and coof totalitarians and climate alarmists. Journalist David Mardosco called upon followers to recognize Musk's announcement as has massive implications. Isn't it remarkable that this departure from what we've seen for many years, he asked, I hope it also means it will be acceptable to examine who's funding science and what kind of restrictions that places on said scientists. Eric Weinstein, mathematical physicist, economist, and managing director of Thiel Capital, expressed hope that the change could be a major shift across a variety of subjects. Quote, this changes everything. If true, he wrote, is that a 1,000% commitment to biologists that they can stop, quote, lying about biological gender, healthy reproductive development, herd immunity, genetic differences between geographically separated populations, horse paste, China, etc.? NASA Earth Cartography and Data Visualization lead Joshua Stevens wrote, this is fair and reasonable. And if any scientist tells you otherwise, let them wax poetic about curiosity and ever wonder and wonder ever again. Some Twitter users appear to condemn Musk's statement. New York Times contributor, oh, here we go, Wajahat Ali tweeted that Musk's post was something a really dumb person would tweet. I love this take from like the left. This like, you saw it with like Ryan Roundhead Johnson's kind of interpretation of Elon Musk. The idea that he's stupid. It's like, you really out yourself. Look, you might not, look, I know a lot of my viewers aren't into, like, say, Teslas, for example, okay? That's fine. But they don't call him stupid. Like, they know, like, oh, well, you know, electric cars aren't going to save the planet. That's fine. Or maybe you just prefer rolling coal. I respect that. You have, people have their personal preferences. But, like, also, calling him stupid is just verifiably incorrect. Somebody with that deep of a resume. Another journalist, Ashton Pittman, tweeted, by reason questioning, Elon Musk means bat-esque clown car conspiracy theorist drivel. Musk's post appeared to be a veiled criticism of dogmaticism amid the pandemic, especially towards Anthony Fauci. The same day, Musk announced that the Twitter platform's staff previously had an internal Slack channel they unironically called the Fauci Fan Club. This comes amid the ongoing series of Twitter files showing public and inner workings of Twitter before Musk acquired the platform. Musk also tweeted a statement that put Fauci's institutional accountability in question. Almost no one seems to realize that the head of bioethics at NIH, the person who is supposed to make sure that Fauci behaves ethically, is his wife, Musk wrote. Yeah. I mean, isn't part of, you know, science questioning everything? I mean, there are some things that are settled, but the actual, you know, but there are very few things that are actually settled. There are some, right? But in terms of new and emerging things, especially when you're talking about, you know, changing kids' lives forever and closing down businesses and making our most vulnerable people die alone. The fact that it was, you know, you had the CDC changing their opinion numerous times, and the fact that us plebs weren't even allowed to say, like, hey, wait a minute here, without getting deplatformed. This is a change for the good. You also have like Elon Musk slams Fauci for infamous "I am the science" statement that refuted all criticism of the COOF policy as Twitter vows to promote reasoned questioning of data. I mean, the people that are like, I don't even understand how you could, like, how can you literally say this? By the way, 800 likes, something a really dumb person would tweet. Well, let's see. Here's some feedback. When all you can contribute is an insult, that means you've lost the debate. You contributed nothing, no reasoning, no facts, not a zip zero. To quote the owner of this company, you have small testicles, and I told you why. I mean, like, the idea, I mean, like, says the person whose job it literally should be reasoned questioning. What this has really, really, really exposed is just the fact that there are very few actual journalists left out there. And the mask is completely off, and they just don't care. Referring to Elon Musk, effectively self-taught rocket scientist and one of the most successful entrepreneurs in the history of commerce, as dumb is like saying 2 + 2 = 5. I mean, like, there's certainly something that has changed. I think some of the most, like, idiotic leftists, they went to Mastodon. It's not many. Maybe it's 500,000 or something like that. But the rest of us, this is exactly, if you paid attention, this is exactly what Elon Musk said he was going to do. He said that, you know, when he's being successful, it means he's pissing off the extremes on both sides. And, you know, I think Twitter is obviously much better when it's like 80-20, right? It's much better when people can feel heard, people can question things, people can have actual conversation. That's how things move forward. And when we saw the Biden administration push to bar Twitter users for COOF disinformation, this is a problem, right? If you've been following the Twitter files, we have irrefutable evidence that our government infringed on its citizens' First Amendment rights. And they used social media to do it. They used useful idiots inside of Twitter and Facebook and everywhere else to do it. And you have Gad Sad, and Elon is right. The idea that you can't question things was gaslighting people, making people go insane because they just couldn't figure out, what can I even ask a question about? Okay, so the CDC is flying by the seat of their pants. First you need a mask, then you need 2 masks, then it doesn't matter if you mask. Then even, these are very, normal things that normal people are like, wait a minute, why are they wearing 2 masks now? Why are they wearing 3 masks now? Why are they walking around with an aquarium on their head? And it was not that these people were guessing, it was that the things that they were being told were changing rapidly. I mean, the CDC, in my book, has massive work to do in terms of rebuilding any kind of credibility. I think that obviously they mean well, and I think people would be more forgiving. Hopefully that they mean well. People would be more forgiving if we weren't allowed. If we were allowed, I mean, they were banning doctors for crying out loud. I mean, it's easy. It's easy to sit back. Obviously the meme. It's dangerous to believe anything blindly. The science is settled. That's not how science works. You're a racist. Yeah, I mean that's about right. That's how the conversation was going. And maybe we can ask Fauci about those beagles. I wonder what he'd say about that, or how much money he's getting paid in royalties. I feel like, as people that have to live under his authoritarian rule, these are questions that people should ask, be able to ask. This is a change much for the better, and anybody who's speaking out, freaking out about it is an enemy of truth. But you already knew that because you're smart and you're beautiful. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please allow me to earn your subscription today by clicking that subscribe button down below. I know it seems like a small thing, but a lot of you just check my channel every day. But it's huge to get new subscriptions flowing in. YouTube starts to say, "Oh, people actually want to see this channel," and it's a snowball effect. So I appreciate if you are subscribed, or if I could earn it today. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.